Good morning and welcome to my hobby bench once again. So on the table today I've got a different engine, and this is yet another engine that has been provided to me from an awesome man and friend, Jim. He's given me many engines, and this is yet another engine that he has sent to me on loan to run for him. And before I get too far into showing this SK engine, I just want to say that a lot of times we are, as glow engine enthusiasts, we're kind of bemoaning the point that so many engine manufacturers are no longer available, and we're relegated to buying used engines. Well, in this one instance, these SK engines are sold exclusively, it would appear, on eBay through Kangi, and they appear, from my limited experience with them, Jim gave me an SK90 and I was really impressed with that engine. They appear to be rather well-built engines and fairly decent quality, and this just so happens to be the 130. This is a 130 two-stroke engine. I was under the impression that Jim told me he bought it brand new, but after looking inside this box, I'm not entirely sure that's the case. And this exhaust also does not look exactly like the one that is shown on the Kangi site or eBay store. Maybe this did come with it, I don't know, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely certain about this engine, other than that it's a 130, and here's the instructions that came with it. Now, whether this is how they came when you buy it brand new, I don't know. They're just stapled together. SK engines. It looks like, oh, this is nice. It tells you a fuel tank size for various size engines. 33 ounces for a 130. Will deliver approximately 8 to 12 minutes of runtime with the average airplane. So there we go, prop sizes and all this. So this looks like, it's got a break-in procedure. This looks like it's a very well-written document, probably translated or written by people in this United States, possibly, because I don't, just quickly looking at it, I'm not seeing the strange wording and things that you would see on some of the older Sato manuals. But so this is the engine itself, and Jim had sent a spare plug just in case this thing went through one. But so the inside of this box looks like it's a used engine, it would appear to me. I could have sworn Jim said it was new, but perhaps I misunderstood. But this is a Chinese-made engine, and it looks to be a fairly high-quality made engine. I mean, like I said, Jim gave me a SK90, and I ran it several times, and I was quite impressed with it. I mean, it's a really, really nice engine. Now, this being a 130 size is a ringed engine. It's a little tight, but maybe this is factory tight. Maybe, yeah, it doesn't smell like that's residue from fuel running. That smells more like factory oil, and this would kind of go, make more sense too, that engines made in China don't necessarily use the same after manufacturing tooling oil that other companies might use, like Sato or OS, because I've opened Sato and OS engines that were brand new, never seen fuel from being 30 years old, and they still were silky smooth and felt perfect and all this. Now, this is rather tight, but it's also got a glow plug installed, which could seriously contribute to the tightness just because of the fact that it's going through compression. So let me just take this plug out real quick. Still rather tight feeling. So, and it looks like maybe some oil stuff here from laying in a box. I don't know. All I know is I'm sure Jim will watch this, or I'll email him and ask him for clarification. This is the next engine, hopefully the next engine that'll get on the stand and get run on. I do need to, it certainly looks brand new to me, which means I'll need to adhere to, or at least read what they recommend as the break-in instructions. Let's see real quick what they say, how they want you to break this engine in. Let me just read this break-in procedure. Open high-speed needle 1 3/4 turns from place finger over the throttle, over the carburetor, open several times to prime. Okay, so step 1 is priming the engine, how to set the high-speed needles. Step 2, attach the glow plug driver, spin the engine, flip start, or flip it until it starts. Once the engine is running, open the throttle slowly to its maximum. Now open the needle valve until the engine begins to babble. Okay, well that's an interesting word. I've never seen that. This is known as four-stroking. Now close the needle slowly until the babble just clears. Run till the tank is empty in this very rich condition. Do not lean for maximum RPM. Yeah, so obviously you don't want to lean for maximum RPM. Now what I would do, so it says allow the engine to cool. Step 3, reset. Slowly let the needle valve return to maximum. Let the engine run for 10 to 15 seconds. So here's where they're saying on step 3, after you've run a tank, they're saying just run it rich. Run it rich the whole tank. And then let the engine cool down. And then they go here and say do 15 seconds this way. Rich, lean, rich, lean, rich, lean. Not super lean, but lean enough to at least go from 4-stroking to 2-stroking. And in many instances, I skip that part because that's what OS does. OS doesn't say to run it like that. OS just goes straight to this. This would be step 2, where you just vary it. So it looks like a typical ringed engine type of break-in. So not a big deal. Something we can easily do. So this exhaust just does not look like the one that is shown in the pictures on eBay. Theirs is shaped different. So I'm not sure if this is actually brand new from them or not, but these engines are available, and I think this engine listed on eBay is like $120 for a 130 size 2-stroke engine, which is incredible value for what you get, I believe. So anyway, this is the next engine that we will be seeing, hopefully that we'll be seeing running on the stand here very soon. I'll do a couple of break-ins, or one good break-in tank, and then maybe another tank to kind of lean it out and see what we really got there.